Guys, welcome back to the PS I Love You podcast. I know it has been a long while since I made a podcast episode. I was just kind of in a rut and I didn't really know what to talk about, and then and I know I haven't really been posting a lot, but I really want to make it up to you guys, and I feel like this month and next month I'm gonna try to make some more videos, because I think literally in May I only posted like 2 videos, and yeah, which was one, it was my birthday vlog, and then the other video was kind of like my art I consumed video, I think it was. So yeah, like I literally only posted 2 videos, so sorry about that. I will try, because I always try to make like 3 or 4 videos a month for you guys, but I just didn't. I don't know what that was about, but like I said, I really hope that I can post a little bit more. But today we're gonna be talking about music and artistry, and I'm super excited because as you guys know, this channel is like where I literally talk about like my favorite things, and that includes books, movies, and music. And today we're gonna be talking about music, which I love music. It's literally my whole life, I feel like. So yes, and we're gonna be talking about Addison's debut album, and it's self-titled. It's called Addison, and I loved her her debut is such a perfect debut in my opinion, and I feel like a lot of people are seeing the kind of work that she put in to have this kind of debut and to have this type of music that she wants to share with the world. And I want to start off with talking about kind of like her history and what she is to the internet first, because I feel like that is very important to kind of get to where she is now, and I think that's very important in talking about her album. So first, she was on TikTok in 2019. In my opinion, I did not see her until early 2020, because I don't know, like everyone's For You page is different, and I didn't see any dance videos until 2020. So yeah, that's why I didn't like really see her until 2020. So but yeah, so a lot of like dance videos were very popping off, very much popular, and a lot of people were getting recognized and getting TikTok famous because of those said dance videos. And yes, so yeah, so she started off making these dance videos because she was like, what the heck, I'm like, I have nothing else to do, so like this is like COVID time, so we are all just like bored and didn't have anything to do because school was shut down, like a lot of things were shut down, so it was like there's nothing else to do, so let's make TikToks. So like, and I feel like that's like what a lot of people were doing. But like TikTok wasn't really a thing until like, this is like, for me, this is like, in my opinion, this is like truth. TikTok didn't start becoming popular until 2020, because like a lot of people weren't using it until that time. So yeah, because like once like a lot of people were getting TikTok famous, a lot of people were like, oh, well, let me try this out, like see what this is all about. And it became more of a popular social media than I feel like any social media in years. So yeah, so because I feel like, you know, after Musical.ly became TikTok, like people were just trying to kind of like rearrange and like focus on other things um because like sometimes social media and like can be temporary, and also the social media fame is also sometimes temporary. So you always have to kind of use other avenues for this. You could use, like, let's say like TikTok, then you move to maybe like Instagram or YouTube or like any other social media app. Those are like just the ones that I feel like are the most popular at the moment. And yeah, so back we're gonna get back to Addison's history. So then after she kind of becomes more is getting more followers and all that stuff from her dance videos, she joins the Hype House. I don't know if that was like, I don't know like exactly when she joined the Hype House, but I remember she joined the Hype House for a little bit, and she became way more popular. She had millions and millions of followers at this point. And then I think it was like later in 2021, she left the Hype House and she was like, I'm gonna do something else. I wanted to do something, like, now that I have acquired the level of fame and the you know, and I have gained the ability to get in the right rooms and the right, you know, opportunities that I really want, I'm now going to accomplish those things. So she ends up getting a movie. I think it's called He's All That. It's kind of like a spin-off of She's All That. And yeah, so she gets that movie. And she also, I think also at this time, she also starts her own, like, I think it was like either makeup or skincare. She starts her own makeup and skincare company called Item Beauty, and she does that for a while. She also makes a couple YouTube videos and stuff like that. And then she also, at this time, she makes a podcast with her mom. Ooh, oh my gosh. Sorry. Like, it's like storming outside right now. But it's like so light out, but like at the same time it's dark. So yeah, she starts a podcast with her mom, Sherry. And yes, so she's like she's like doing all this stuff. And then in 2022 she ends up putting out, I think so, actually. Yeah, I think so. In 2022 she puts out her first song called Obsessed. And then people, like, there was like mixed reviews. I feel like a lot of people loved it or they hated it, and they just thought like, oh, she's just, you know, doing this for a cash grab, which is understandable, because I'm not saying all of them, but a lot of the people are just like, oh, like, I have all these opportunities, let me just do it. And then they quit after, you know, a certain amount of time. And, you know, it's just like, but this is like, she's been like saying this from the start, like she's wanted to do performing because she has been like, you know, she's been dancing basically for like a long time, like ever since she was young. So I don't remember when she said, but I think she said she started dancing when she was like 10 or something. But yeah, so she's been dancing for basically her whole life, and she was like, well, I want to perform, and I really want to do this, and I want to be a star. And she was like, okay, but like where she was from, basically there wasn't really an opportunity for where she could do that, where she, you know, lives. And it wasn't going, basically it just wasn't gonna get her anywhere. So she was like, I need to go to LA and I need to do this because, you know, if I gain more, you know, recognition and stuff like that, then I'm gonna get the opportunities that I really want. And she's like said this from the get-go, and I think, you know, a lot of people kind of misunderstand like some of these people because, you know, like she's just doing TikTok dances. She's not really sharing a lot. She's not sharing her life. She's not really sharing like anything that, oh my gosh, not my hair sticking up. Like she's not really sharing like her life. She's not sharing her personal like life with us. So it's just like, you know, people think that they have the whole story, and that people think that they know like everything about her when they don't. So it was like, you know, and I feel like she has to kind of prove herself in a lot of ways. Like, you know, she didn't like, and I think that because like people know that like she has a privilege, she has like, you know, the things and the help that she can, and, you know, to get her to where she is. But she worked for, you know, she worked for it. She worked with the people, and, you know, a lot of people don't really like, especially if like it's just like, you know, you're just like, you know, coming in and be like, but like if you come in knowing exactly what you want, and, you know, having this vision, and keep on being consistent and keep on working for what you want, you will get the things that you want. And I feel like that is exactly what Addison did, and she proved herself, and she'll probably have to continue to prove herself, because I feel like a lot of people are kind of doubting her because she was a TikTok star, which I think is not really fair, because a lot of people, like, they have to start from somewhere. And yeah, like they have to start from somewhere. Like an actor can like start on Disney Channel, for instance, but then after a while they're like literally like 21, 22. They want to start doing like more adult things, more grown-up things. They don't want to just be that child actor. They want to move on to something more mature. And I feel like, so a lot of people don't want them to move on. They don't want them to be something else. And I feel like that's not fair to those people, because I'm just like, you know, like at a certain point they have to move on. They have to do something else. They have to grow as a person. So you can't just like let them be stuck in somewhere that they don't necessarily want to be at. You know, they have these goals, they have those aspirations, and they have to start from somewhere. Like, although like a lot of people like these a lot of people think that TikTok stars are not talented, or they're just like doing this stuff for money. But I feel like a lot of those people have really proved that they are talented and they have these things that they can do. Just like Charlie D'Amelio, she's a dancer. She's always been a dancer, and now she's in Broadway. She's in Broadway. Nessa Barrett, she is a wonderful musician. Who else was like really TikTok star, but now they're like really, really famous? I can't really think of any. Like, is there any like guy people? Like, I keep thinking of girls. I don't think so. I don't know any like TikTok stars that are guys that are really famous. I don't know. I don't know. Like, I really couldn't tell you. I don't know. I'm like trying to think, but I'm just like, I don't know. I guess like Noah Beck, like he started like doing soccer, and then he started doing like, again, like in 2020, everything was shut down. So he was like, let me do these TikTok videos. And now he's just doing like all this stuff. Like he's been acting, modeling, going to like these fashion events and doing all this cool stuff. So yeah. And like, yeah, it's really, really cool to see these people like doing the things that, you know, like also like if you were given that opportunity too, like if you were getting all this money and getting all these opportunities, I bet you would have taken those opportunities too, to try out like, oh, is this something that I want to do? And like also, you know, like these people probably like started like when they were like 16, 17, 18, 19. So like a lot of people don't know what they want to do with their life, but like some people do, and people are doubting them because they only know them from these TikTok videos, and they're like what am I supposed to do with that? Like what am I supposed to do? Like but prove them wrong and be like, this is what I want to do. And yeah, and you know, she is gonna be the next It Girl pop star, and that's really cool to say. And yeah, and then in 2023 she releases, ooh, it thundered again. But in 2023 she releases her EP called AR, standing for Addison Rae. And she was kind of like, she didn't really want to put those songs out, but because some of the songs got leaked, and she really wasn't like planning on putting out that EP, but she did anyway. So it was really cool to see, and I really, really love those songs on that EP. And yeah, and I think that like this really was like getting her into, you know, kind of like learning what she wanted in future endeavors in making music, and like also like learning how like she wants to be in that setting, like, and how, you know, she wants to make that music, and how she wants to create that atmosphere for making the music that she wants to make. And then in 2024 she releases her song Diet Pepsi, and it has created a storm because there were like a lot of people were like, this song is actually good. Like what is going on? And it's just like you like seeing her make these incredible music, and you're still doubting her artistry. You're still doubting her voice. Like, she has an incredible voice. She has her sound down packed, and I feel like, it's like that the people's doubt, like, that it's just like she can't make music, which she can, and she's proven that she can. And like, it's like she made this incredible song, and it's really good. The lyrics are good. And like, it's just like that, the way that people viewed the song, it was a good reaction to Diet Pepsi. And yeah, like, it was really incredible the way that people received it. And yeah, I thought that was really, really, really cool. And then at Coachella, I don't know, was it this Coachella? I think so. This Coachella, she announced that she was putting out an album. And yeah, and then we started hearing more of her songs. And yeah, and then we got Aquamarine. And then in 2025, she puts out High Fashion, Headphones On, Fame is a Gun, and then on the release day of her album, she puts out Times Like These. And yeah. And I feel like, some of her songs are slept on. Like, it's just like, kind of like, they listen to the song and then they move on. But I think for music like this, like, you really just need to sit on it and like really just take it in, because I feel like, and I just saw, like, I didn't watch the video, but I did see, like, on YouTube, I did see someone reacting to her album, and the title was I Don't Really Get It. And I feel like this is like the first time that you're like, no one gets it in the first listen. Because I feel like, for me at least, when I listen to an album for the first time, I just like to take in the vibes, and just like feel the music. And then the second time, I'm like actually enjoying the music. Then the third time, I'm actually like sitting down, listening to the lyrics, reading them, and taking them in, and seeing like the actual big picture of those smaller details of the album. And I feel like there is like songs that I'm just like, okay. And I think it's really cool. Like, I wonder why she picked those 5 songs. Wait, yeah, is it 5? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, those 5 songs to put out as singles before she put out her album. But I don't know, because I feel like those 5 are her strongest songs in the album. So I kind of get it if that's the reason. But like, also, like, I also wonder like this about like every musical artist, is like, why do they choose those songs like as singles before they put them out? Like, is it because that is those are their strongest songs on the album, or is it just because they really really liked it and they want to put them and they want to kind of like give a little teaser to the album, or is it because like, you know, or is it because like they have like there's like a really strong reason and they want this because it is like, you know, it is kind of like the precursor to what their album is gonna be about or for, like, you know, because um I feel like this like it's a really interesting question because like every artist is different and every artist chooses to put out something, put out a single before their album comes out, and it's just like, why did they choose that particular song for their album? Like why did they choose this one instead of another song? So yeah, because there was like one for Madison Beer, she chose what's it called? Selfless? Hold on. Selfish? What is the what is it called? I think it's called Selfish. I'm like trying to think and like I'm like, wait, what is the song? What is the song? Hold on. I think it's called Selfish. Yeah, it's called Selfish. She put out Selfish before for life support. Hold on. We're gonna look up because I know I'm like talking about like Addison right now, but like I also want to talk about Addison. But yeah, in life support, she put out Selfish. But her team was like, you should put out Baby, but she was like, that's not really like, but she kind of explained it in a way where she was like, Selfish really explains what this album is, but I feel like Baby isn't doing that, and it's just like a fun and like kind of like boppy song, but I feel like Selfish like shows like what I want my debut album to be, and I feel like she definitely chose right. And I feel like also like, you know, like as an artist, you should be able to kind of see the kind of bigger picture and to see like how I want people to see me as like my debut. And I feel like she chose a perfect song because it is an incredible song, and it really just shows like who she is as a singer. And I feel like she chose right as her debut single on her debut album. So I just wanted like, and also Madison Beer has been in the game for a long time, since she was like 14, so she knows like what she wants. And you know, like if you've been in the industry and if you've been making music for that long, like I feel like you should know like what you want as like, you know, those like songs, like, oh, this is the kind, like this shows like this is the art I make, this is the kind of music that I want to put out in the world, and this is like how I want people to see me as an artist. Because, you know, if she put out Baby, like that would be like, you know, she would be like a pop kind of like making like dancing music, and that's not really like the kind of music that she makes, to be honest. Like she makes more like kind of, I don't know like how to explain it, but she just makes different music than just Baby or um or hold on, I want to like kind of give like examples of like songs that like she's not just these types of songs, like, you know, Baby or Boy Shit, or there was like one other song that was like kind of like kind of like dancey. I think it's like Good in Dubai. That one is kind of like dancey, kind of. And then she put in like Silence Between Songs. That's her second album. She has like a song that is like kind of like, you wouldn't expect this song to be like dancey, but Sweet Relief is pretty dancey. So yeah, and like dancey and upbeat, and I feel like she doesn't really make like a lot of songs like that, so I feel like that's not who she is as an artist. And I feel like you can like tell like what kind of like, you know, what kind of music they make from that. Sorry. Uh, but yes. For one, the album has 12 tracks, and it was released in June 6th of 2025. And like I said, the singles that she put out first before her album release is genius choices, because I feel like, again, like I said, like these are like really just show like this is like the kind of album that she wanted to make. And like with Diet Pepsi, Aquamarine, and High Fashion, Headphones On, and Famous Gun. And yeah, she said in an interview that like High Fashion is like being like really just like kind of like underrated and underappreciated, which I really get. And I just feel like it's, as she said, I think she said like also like it's getting like, you know, overshadowed by some of her other songs. But I do like High Fashion, but in the midst of the songs that she did put out, my favorite is Aquamarine. So yeah, but I really do like High Fashion though. I really do like it. And and I feel like now listening to it as a whole, I feel like Aquamarine is still one of my favorite songs by Addison, but I feel like some more of my favorite songs on the album is Famous Gun and then In the Rain. I really think that this is like one of her like most I feel like this is like one of her more, I don't know like how to explain it, but I feel like this is like one of her more like, you know, kind of like slower and more like, you know, more serene kind of songs. And I feel like, but Famous Gun is like so fun, and I love the music. The music videos, oh my gosh, the music. She did such a good job, and like her vision is so amazing and like so cool. Like her vision for this album in general, but like also like her vision for the music videos is incredible. It like the music videos are so fun and so cool. Like I love to see it, and I really enjoyed that kind of thing where like people like actually have fun when they're making the music videos, and like it just looks like so much fun. And yeah, And yeah, and now she like I feel like a lot of like people she's worked with Charlie, XCX, not Charlie D'Amelio, but yeah, with Charlie and with Arca and with I forget. I think the people that she worked with was called Luca and Elvira or something like that. If I'm not mistaken, which she worked with all women on this album, which is so cool too. Um, and yeah, and I feel like that's so, like so cool to like be able to have the opportunity to do that. And you know, I just feel like, you know, I wonder what it would be like. And like Addison also said this, she was like, I wonder what it would be like if a man worked on this album. But I feel like you know, like it wouldn't be, I don't think so myself as well. Like I don't think it would be the same if a man worked on this album. I don't think it would have been the way that it is. And I feel like also, I feel like this album, as it being her debut, I feel like this really kind of pushed her and kind of, you know, pushed her to be a better artist and to be a better singer and to really just work on everything and just and you know, I'm gonna make that comfortable. But sorry if I keep looking down. I'm trying to look at my notes that I wrote for this. But I feel like, you know, she really worked really hard, and you know, and that really shows. And yeah, and even on the release day, and she performed her songs live with Spotify, and I saw a clip of her doing which one was it? I think she did High Fashion as like a jazz song. I would love I would love to be able to listen to that in full. I hope that she does, like I hope that she does record that as a jazz song and like puts it out, because I would love to hear that. And I don't know, like a lot of, also one thing that I have noticed like in a lot of artists is they include animals in their music videos. Like I've seen a lot of turtles and a lot of capybaras. Like I don't know like what's up with that, but I don't know like why. Like why those animals? I don't know, like it was very like interesting, like I've seen a lot of people like add animals in like the middle or like at the end of their, like incorporating that in their video. I'm just like, what is this for? Like is this supposed to be like a deeper thing, or is it just they wanted an animal in the music video? I don't know. So it's just like I don't understand like what it's for. But also at the same time, it's just like, is this supposed to be, I don't like want to read, like, you know, like I don't want to read into it, but like also at the same time, it's just like well, does this have like a deeper meaning in like in the song? Like I don't know. So yeah, like that's really interesting to me. And like yeah, like like, it was just something that I noticed that, you know, she did. And like also like I've been seeing a lot recently, a lot of other artists doing that. I'm just like, I don't understand. I don't know. I literally have no idea. Oh, I wanted to talk about this too because it really like made me annoyed, because I get what they were saying. It was like one of those like tea pages, um and they were talking about like how one of Addison's songs, I forget which one it was, um but comparing it to one of Tate McRae's songs. And I get it may seem, I forget like the songs, I don't remember what song it was, but like comparing, and like also in the comments too, like comparing like an artist, and like no matter how similar the songs may be, like why are you tearing down one artist to back another? Like this is craziness. Like we're in 2025. Why are you doing this? Like why are you doing this? Like tearing down someone's song, and someone like a person, to be like, oh, she's so much better. Like come on now. Like that's ridiculous. And second of all, these artists are two separate artists. Why are you comparing them? Like they don't make the same kind of music. And just because like they're dancers or whatever, like that doesn't matter. They're both performers, but that doesn't mean anything. Why are you comparing someone else and like being like truly mean and judgmental? Like it was just so, like got so annoyed, and I just wanted to talk about that because I'm just like why are people still doing this? Like this is so like not cool, and this is loser behavior, really. Like why are you talking like that about people, like in this day and age? Like why are you still doing that? Like it's crazy like how people think that like they can do this, and like people like still. Okay, I just wanted to talk about that because it really got on my nerves. Like why are people doing that? Okay, aside from Addison Rae, I'm done talking about the album now. But I wanted to talk about artistry and how it makes me feel, and how I choose like the way that like the way I play certain music. So let me just start with saying that I think that artistry is so like, you know, fluid, and I feel like everything is just like, I feel like everything, and like every artist is like, you know, just truly just trying to find their own sound, and whether that be taking inspiration from another artist, and creating and making it their own, and making it the way that they want to make the kind of music that they want to make. I feel like it's really cool, and I feel like that's like if I was an artist, I would want that same feeling, and I would want people to kind of be like, oh, like she has that sound and she like knows what she's doing. But I feel like and like also like in Addison's interview with I think it was Zane Lowe, and they were like kind of like talking about taste and kind of like, you know, like whether like you have taste or not doesn't like, you know, like, you know, you can have good taste, but is that really what matters? I feel like that's like, I think what matters is kind of like the kind of sound that you make and how important it is to you, and not rather like what everyone else likes, and like, oh, you have good taste because I like those songs too. That's not really how, you know, I feel like taste should be viewed in that artistry type world. Sorry I keep moving, like I'm just trying to get comfortable in my leg. I feel like my leg is gonna fall asleep if I didn't move my leg. And I hate when my leg falls asleep. It's so annoying. But yeah, and I feel like that's like that is just such an interesting view. And I thought about it some more, and I was like, oh, this is really cool. This is really interesting. And also, I feel like, and I've been like seeing and hearing people talk about like the kind of like curating the kind of music that they want to listen to, and I feel like that's really also interesting, and I kind of want to do that too, and like kind of like controlling like what I listen to, because, you know, and like these are like all for the same people that I've been hearing this from, and like they're just like, oh well, you know, music makes you feel things, right? So music also can carry a certain vibe for your day, and like what type of music that you're listening to. So if you're like listening to a pop song, you're gonna be like pumped up and like kind of like fired up and wanting to dance or something. But if you're listening to like a sad song, you just want to be in your feels, and you're gonna be sad, and you're probably gonna kind of be just like kind of in a melancholic or like a mopey mood, depending on like what kind of sad music you're listening to. Or if you're listening to like, you know, if you're like listening to kind of like relaxing music, you're probably gonna be relaxed and kind of like serene or something. So like it really just like kind of like be kind of just like a way of being and existing. And I feel like if I curate the kind of music that I want to listen to, I feel like I'll have like a better like outlook on like my day. But I love listening to new music, and I love listening to kind of like different things all the time. So because like sometimes I can be sometimes I can be in the mood for one thing, and then the next minute I'm just like, oh wait, I want to listen to something else. So yeah. And yeah, and I feel like, you know, I really want to do that, but I just feel like every single time I make a playlist, I'm just like, I'm not happy with it, or like I feel like the songs like don't go well together, and I'm just like, I don't know. I don't know. So like every single, but I feel like I need to get over that, and I just like need to just make the playlist. I just need to make the playlist, choose the songs that I feel like, you know, are good and feel good, and then sorry. And then I just will automatically just feel good. And yeah. And I feel like I look so chill. Oh my god. On my chair, on my couch. Just like just sitting on my couch talking to you guys. Um but um yeah. Um what's to say? Yeah, and I wrote on like, you know, like the way that the kind of like whatever we're listening to, the kind of music, the kind of podcast, the kind of book, the kind of movie that we watch, like kind of affects the way that, you know, we view the world, or we kind of feel in that on that day, or like, you know, who we are as people. And the kind of like also like the people that we listen to, like, you know, like, and kind of like seeing beyond that. And also um I kind of was like, you know, like, who are the people that I listen to, and who are they as people? Because I feel like, if because also this is like seen in the book world right now too. It's just like, who are these authors? And like, you know, even if they write good books or whatever, it's just like, who are these authors and who are they as people? Because we want to support people that we think like are good people, and we want to, you know, listen to what they have to say in their books and stuff like that. But if they're not good people in real life, then that's not someone that we want to support and I want to support. And I feel like, you know, and I've really tried to kind of like, you know, as soon as I like hear something, like, you know, be like, oh, and I look and I kind of like do like my own like little research. I'm not gonna like look too much into it. I'm just like, okay, like if a lot of people are saying this, like, and all this, and this is true, I'm just like, okay, I don't want any part of it. And yeah, so yeah, so I and I really try to see that, but sometimes like I don't see it. I'm just like, oh, okay. But also like, it's like, I feel like what kind of just like started this whole thing with this whole like kind of like, we need to kind of like look into the author and like see like, is this the kind of people that we want to be reading books from? Is like when the whole J.K. Rowling stuff went about, and we're like, oh, this is not a good person. And but I feel like, you know, sometimes some because you know, I still see people reading the Harry Potter books, because I feel like for certain things, like if someone like grew up with a certain thing, it just like, you know, we kind of just want to kind of just separate, we want to separate the work from the person. And I feel like sometimes that is completely fine and okay to do. But I feel like sometimes when it's just like, when it's just like a random author, and then you hear about, and it's just like a, like, it's just like a, and I'm just like, you know, I'm just saying random because it could be any author. um and you find out like the stuff that they did, or whatever they said, and it's just like, oh, I don't want to support this author because they did some terrible things, or they said some terrible things. And I feel like that's also valid. and okay to do. And you know, and a lot of people are doing this now with artists now, and I feel like I would say all the people that I listen to, at least, like I'm talking about current artists, I'm not talking about old artists, because I don't know, and I don't want to know. um like also, like, it's, I feel like sometimes, like, you know, it's not okay to be ignorant and kind of, and choose to be oblivious to things, but I feel like sometimes I'm just like, I don't, like, I like their music too much to know, like, and I'm talking about like old bands, or like, you know, like people like from the 90s or something, and I'm just like, I don't, and I like their music, I'm just like, I don't want to know, I don't want to know what they have done or what they have said, because I like, I don't want to know. But I feel like a lot of the people that I listen to, like recent artists and stuff like that, I'm just like, they're good. I know, I'm like, I like have, like, because like sometimes I'm just like, I have a feeling, I have a gut feeling that like certain people are really, really just really good and kind people. So yeah, and most of the time, I would say like 85 to 90% of the time, my feelings about people, and I'm talking about celebrities, are right, are completely right. So yeah, and hold on, I'm like, I keep like slumping down uh, on the chair. But yeah, and the people, like, I've made this pretty clear, like literally my favorite female artist is Madison Beer, and I love her, and one day I would love to meet her, or like go to her concert or something. And I wanted to go to her her, what is it called, what did she call it, I think it was called the Spinning Tour. I really wanted to go to that, but I didn't have money, so I couldn't go. um I didn't have the money, so I couldn't go. I love Stray Kids. I wish I could go to their Dominate tour, but again, I don't have money, and I don't have the time to go anyway, because yeah, it was just like, hold on, because it's just like what am I, like, I can't like take off of work. Like, I can't take off of work for this, and yeah, and also I don't have the money. I don't have the money, but one day I will go to a concert of theirs, and I just know that I'll have the best time ever. I will have the best time ever, just belting out their songs, screaming, and having so much fun. And I don't, like, for some people, they're just like, oh, like you like this band, they don't even speak English, but like, you don't have to know a language to not enjoy their music. Like, you can enjoy whatever you want. I feel like sometimes, like, people are just like, you know, the music just makes you feel good. It just makes you feel good. You don't have to know like every single word in the English to understand it. Like, if you really want me to like know what they're saying, like, you know, like, maybe I'll learn Korean or something. I don't know, but I'm learning too many languages right now, because I'm learning French, and I'm learning German. Well, I'm not learning German seriously right now. I need to focus on French. And yeah, and then I also really want to learn, just, I really want to learn Mandarin Chinese too, but it was like, that's gonna be a long way to go. I don't really need to learn Chinese, but I just want to know it because I watch a lot of stuff. I watch a lot of stuff that's like uses Mandarin Chinese, of the Chinese language. So I'm just like, well, and I also just like watch way more stuff that's in there, or like, cause like I watch way more C dramas than I do K dramas. And also, even more than that, I watch more anime than I do um regular shows. So it's just like maybe I can learn Japanese, but I'm just like, ugh, all this stuff is too hard. I feel like when in like when the language like uses symbols as words, I'm just like, this is too hard. This is too hard. And I'm just like, oh my gosh. So I feel like with Chinese, like it's just like, they actually have words, and like it's a lot more, it's it's not easy, but it's a little bit more easier to grasp than than Korean, because like with Korean, like it's really like just memorization and um memorization and you know and kind of like just like sounding things out in your head and like repeating. So yeah, I don't know how I got into this. I don't remember what I was talking about. Oh my gosh, this podcast episode's gonna be so long. I'm sorry, guys. I just have fun talking with you guys, and it's been such a long time. But, I think I'm gonna end this podcast here because I've been talking for way too long. So I hope you guys enjoyed this podcast episode, and I hope to see you guys next time in my next video, my next podcast episode. And yeah, make sure to like this video and make sure to subscribe to my channel to be notified when I post my videos or my next podcast episode. And yes, I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.